Hi, you cool cats. Cajun here, the sax habit coach, bringing you the best practice tips, tools, and ideas to help you as a beginner saxophone player develop the practice habits and routines to master your saxophone faster. Now, my purpose is to serve, motivate, and to inspire you. So if it's your first time here, consider subscribing and remember to turn on that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I upload a new video on this channel. Now, just before we dive in, I want to send a big shout out to Becoming Wives channel. Now, this creator was there throughout the process of helping me to write my new original single. Yes, she is a songwriter, and the title of that track is I Am a Target. And if you haven't listened to it yet, check in the link in the cards above or in the description below. All right, so how do you stay focused during a pandemic? You thought that with this girl Corona being around and you having no school to attend, no work to go to, you would have been more focused, be more productive, getting things done, such as completing that book that you started over 5 years ago, right? Or releasing that single that you've been holding on to for the last 3 years, or maybe pick up that saxophone or whichever instrument you play that has become the home for dust for the past 25 years. So how do you stay focused during a pandemic? You somehow thought that you would have created and shared more of your artwork, your poems or blogs, all forms of work that you can get paid for several months and even years down the line. But instead, you find that you are only making posts on social media that get you some likes and some hearts. That only converts to fulfilling your need of feeling significant, which isn't a bad thing, right? But feeling significant doesn't really pay the bills. True? Understand that this girl Corona ain't going anywhere for a long time. So while you've been on the planet for 20, 50, 70, or even 90 years, you've never been locked in like this before, right? It's a new phenomenon and you'll have to brace yourself for this situation for a very, very long time. So how do you stay focused in a pandemic? Number one, limit your news intake. Now listen, when you wake up each day, you wake up with a certain amount of mental bandwidth. And every time you spend time on an activity, you have left remnants of your mental bandwidth on that task. It's known as attention residue. That's why at the end of the day, sometimes you feel depressed, drained, unfulfilled, incomplete, because you watch so much news, and it drains you, it takes away your energy and it saps your creativity. Yes, stay informed, but you don't need to be inundated by the news, which is more than 95% negative all the time. Number two, find an accountability partner. Now, you want to find a friend, a sibling, or a spouse to work out with, for example, right? To work on projects together with. This person you want to ensure is going to be candid with you, always, no joking around, right? This person is not just about clicking the thumbs up button, but is going to roll with you and roll with the punches. This person is serious, who won't be kidding themselves, but will get out of bed early and get on the ball with you to help you keep your focus. Number three, focus on one specific project and see to completion. Now, you can't focus if you are trying to do 1,000,001 different things. Now, if it's art, create it. If it's music, compose and release it. If it's a book, write and publish it. Now, have you ever noticed that the successful people who some of us wish we were like them, how focused they live their lives? Take, for example, Usain Bolt. He wasn't playing hockey, football and cricket while he was a sprinter. More than that, his primary focus was the 100-meter sprint. The 200 and the 4x4 were secondary, although in the same niche. It's only after Bolt, made his name as an athlete in a big way and retiring from the sport that now we see him erecting buildings, opening restaurants, producing music, etc. So take the one thing and work it until it begins to pay off. Now, social media is a great place, but if you are doing the post of pictures which only gets you some hearts and some likes with no end goal of monetization, then you are wasting the most valuable, important, non-renewable resource that you have, which is time. So my friend, go out there and focus on that one thing. And if you're an aspiring saxophonist, as always, push play until something happens. Peace.